Hi, Chris here. I don't do very much talking on this channel. I mostly just pick songs and play them, and that's been a lot of fun. And I've really enjoyed it. And I've been getting some really great comments and some really interesting comments and questions as well. So I thought it might be worth just having a quick chat and saying I'm keen to just pick some more songs and play them and sort of work through songs that people are asking for and play those as well. But I'd been surprised to get some comments on how I was arranging songs to be solo piano, or people asking about the piano itself or about the studio, or asking, do you have sheet music for how you played that, or questions about learning piano, which I hadn't anticipated, and got me thinking about what was possible for the channel. So just thinking things through, and sort of thought that maybe it was worth just introducing myself, because I haven't done much talking. My name's Chris and I'm in Australia. I'm in a little rural village called O'Connell, and I'm a songwriter mostly, and have a studio here and record myself and record other people here. And I thought it might be worth just talking a bit about how I got into playing piano, or how the way that I play piano developed. It was pretty typical story, probably, that I got some piano lessons when I was a pretty young kid, probably just around maybe 10 or something like that, 10 or 11. I started getting piano lessons, and I did a few years of that and just hated it, really, or didn't get into it, and would rather just be singing songs to myself or off, banging on something. So after a few years, was really sort of asking my parents to let me stop the lessons, and eventually they gave in and let me stop. And then after that, I found a few just like songbooks, chords and lyrics and melody lines and stuff like that, and started teaching myself. And at that point I got really hooked, and they couldn't get me off the piano. So it went from being something that was a real chore, somebody else's idea, I guess, to learn piano, to suddenly something that was coming from me, and that I'd chosen to throw myself into. And I guess once I went to high school, I started learning guitar, which is, I think, a fundamentally different kind of approach to how music works. When I was learning classical piano stuff, it's very much about notes and reading sheet music and stuff like that. And I'm very glad that I learnt all of that. But once you're learning guitar, beginner guitar, it was really, here's a shape to play a chord. And if you put enough time into that, you get a really good understanding of kind of what chords are, how chords work, and then you can start putting chords together yourself and write your own songs, which is what I did, and I got really interested in songwriting. But I still had the previous education, I guess, in piano and notes, and the theory from that side of things, the beginnings of music theory from piano lessons. So I was able to sort of have the classical reading notes idea there, and the sort of more just teaching myself guitar chords, or learning in a high school music class guitar chords. And I reckon that I've spent my life since then sort of trying to find the ways that those two meet in the middle. And really that's what I'm thinking about when I'm playing a song on piano. I'm really just thinking about chords and letting my hands wander. And I think that's probably pretty typical for anybody who's a piano-based songwriter. But if you're somebody who's learning piano, or somebody who has learnt classical piano and only ever kind of thought of reading notes off sheet music, that might be something that's interesting to talk about. I don't know. I'd be really interested to know what you think. So I've been loving the comments that I'm getting, and please keep them coming. And if this is of any use to people out there, then let me know, and we'll see what we can do. I think I'm just at the beginning of starting to think through what the possibilities might be for the channel. So thank you again. My name's Chris, and talk soon.